everyone. How's everyone doing? Welcome, 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 welcome to the Bravo with Sheila Network. We are celebrating women. We're almost at the end of this Women's Month, but we've been having a good time here on the Bravo with Sheila Network, whether it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. We've been having an incredible time. Thank you so much for being here. We have an incredible show tonight. I have a beautiful, wonderful woman in here who is so very talented. I don't know if you guys have come in and hit that like button, but you better do it. You better do it. It's free 99. It's free 99. It means nothing to you, but everything to us as content creators. It talks to YouTube, the folks in the back, and say, oh, they like this. Push it and push it and push it and push it. And so the algorithm picks it up and just moves it, and other people can come in and watch what's happening here on the Bravo with Sheila Network. I tell you, I'm feeling good tonight. I feel good. I feel rested, although I've been working all day because I am kind of like a little workaholic, but it's okay. I'm wired that way. I'm wired that way. But I'm excited about tonight. We've been celebrating Women's Month on this channel as well as the Sheila Ingram Ministry Network right across the YouTube street. We've been celebrating women over there too. That's the ministry channel. And so we've been having a great time. I want to give a great shout out to all of you who continuously come to the both networks and hit the like button and subscribe and hit that bell. A lot of you are really helping to help us grow. We are pushing. We're actually pushing for another 1,000 over here on the Bravo Network. We are over 1,000 subscribers, but we want to kick into the 2,000, 2,500. So tell a friend, and always to subscribe to the channel as well as hitting that like button. And we're pushing for our 500 over there on the SIM platform. So help us grow. We are here to edify, to bless, to talk, to relate. This is a safe space, right? And so you can come here and have a good time on Monday nights also with Dr. Elaine. Oh my God, the show that was going on last night, I can't tell you. And then stay tuned for Dawn B on Thursday night with Dawn B. But I am so excited to have my special guest in the house tonight. And we're going to talk about what's going on in her life and what she's doing. And her name is Miyoshi Domacase. I said it right. And she is an author, an entrepreneur, and a creative force behind the brand Black Girl with a Japanese name. A passionate storyteller from a young age, she channels her creativity into meaningful narratives and that inspire and uplift. As a seasoned flight attendant. I like that. She's in planes. And we were just talking about that backstage. And as a seasoned flight attendant, Miyoshi's love for travel, sparked by childhood family trips, has grown into a lifelong journey of cultural exploration. Listen, spending and splitting. She's splitting her time. That's what she's doing. She's splitting her time between the vibrant energy of the Bronx, where she was raised, and the soulful charm of Atlanta. Amen. I need a little sip. Miyoshi is dedicated to sharing the joy and transformative power of travel. Her children's books, Miyoshi's Adventure in Tokyo, reflects her mission to introduce young readers to new worlds, cultures, and possibilities through engaging storytelling. And I want you to welcome, for the first time on the Bravo with Sheila Network, Miss Miyoshi Domacase. All right. Welcome. Unmute yourself. Here she is. So excited about having you here. Let me pop this off for a second and give you your well wishes and well do. The claps are supposed to be going. There they are. There they are. How are you doing? It's so good for you to be here. Thank you for saying yes.
I am doing wonderful. Thank you for having me on your show. I truly appreciate you. And if you guys don't know who you have in front of you, you better get to know this lady. I tell you, I'm looking at her when we were backstage, and I was like, oh my gosh, she looks so great. I feel underdressed now after seeing her beautiful outfit.
No, no, no. You're fine.
But it's truly an honor to be on your show. This is actually my very first podcast interview. So thank you for the opportunity, for having me and allowing me to share who I am, what I do, and all of that good stuff. You and I, a couple of months ago, had a great conversation, and we just
We
really
did.
vibed. I
We
love it
did.
when I get to talk to people, that are like-minded.
Yes.
And she certainly is. I love what she's doing. I watch her on social media as well, with her foundation, trying to raise money for for children in Ghana. So donate, donate, donate. And of course, what she's doing with her patch, helping people, that have certain things going on with their health. I
Mm.
just love it. So thank you so much for having me on your show today, your podcast today.
Well, it's an honor to have you, and we celebrate you. This is Women's Month, and I knew that I had to fill in the blanks with some wonderful women and share them to the world, as well as me getting to know you even better. Even though you and I was on the phone for a long time, catching
Long
up
time.
and
Yes.
really vibing, as you say. So I'm
Mhm.
really grateful that you said yes, and I really love the book, and I love the colors and the cover. So we talked, and there's so much to you. It's not just about you being an author. You're a world traveler. You're a flight attendant. You do so many things on digital. You work with money. You work with stock. You work with so many different things. Very, very. I know you're being humble, but this is celebrating you, right? And so I don't want to jump into the book just yet. I'd like to jump in and find out, who is Miyoshi? Like, where were you raised? I know I read some of it from your bio, but tell us a little bit more about your experience growing up. Do you have sisters and brothers? What was life like for you when you were younger? Because on this platform, anytime we take the mic, we always think about how we're encouraging another sister or another person in general, of leaving the platform, leaving jewels, leaving information for them to ponder on, as well as healing. There's a lot of healing that goes forth on this channel and the other channel, Sheila Ingram Ministry Network, across the YouTube streets. And so I want you to just feel free and be open to share what's on your heart before you even get to the book. And then you can segue into the book. Where did you grow up? What was it like for you growing up when you were younger? What are some of the experiences that really put a pivot in you and put a staple in you?
Mhm. I'm native New Yorker, born, raised in the Bronx. Actually, I was born in Flower Fifth Avenue, which I'm quite sure
Oh
is
my goodness.
Flower Fifth Avenue. I was born there. I have three sisters and one brother. I actually grew up with one sister. We have the same mother and father, and our grandparents actually raised us here in the Bronx. And honestly, quite honestly, I had a blessed life. A lot of people, may feel angry, like with their parents because they didn't raise them, their mother and father. But I tell people I never had any ill feelings toward my mom or my dad, who I know both. My dad is still living. My mom died when I was 23. um, because we had two grandparents that loved us, that provided for us, and that gave us everything two girls could ever want. So I feel
Mm,
truly blessed. The thing that I love about my childhood, and one of the things that kind of sparked my love of travel, were my grandparents. I had Southern grandparents. My grandmother, we called her Nana, Rossi Mae Munns, born in Fayetteville, North Carolina. My grandfather, John Justice, Richmond, Virginia. So, two city girls every summer. That's where we went. First, it was Fayetteville, North Carolina, and then on to Richmond, Virginia. And they were always great, really great experiences. Um, my grandmother actually laid the foundation for me. Back in the day, you had to go to church. You didn't you didn't have a choice, right? And then
exactly.
when I got older, I kind of strayed away from it. But then, when I was like, oh, I don't have to go anymore. Nobody can make me go. It wasn't until later on, as I got grown, I found my way back to the church. But it was because she laid that foundation,
Foundation.
for me.
Hmm.
Right. And the other thing is, she taught me really how to be a woman. You know, mostly who I am is because of everything that my grandmother instilled in me growing up, how to take care of a house. I'm young, old school in a sense, and I'm 50. I'm 56. I'm not ashamed to tell my age. Um, I learned how to take care of a house, how to keep a house clean, how to cook, how to provide for a family. I watched her, when my grandfather used to work for Ford Motor Company. He'd get up early in the morning. She'd be up. I could smell. I don't know if you remember Maxwell House coffee. I could smell, like I could even smell it now. Smell the coffee brewing. She was making for him to fill up his thermos, making these really giant sandwiches for him, to take to work. And then him getting up, going to work, and providing for us. My grandfather taught me what a real male, especially a black male provider, should be. How he took care
Okay.
of my
Okay.
grandmother, how he went out and provided for us every Easter. We got the big bunny rabbits and the big Easter
Yeah.
basket. I tell people our Christmases were really like, you would have thought you was walking into a toy store. So we were
That's
truly,
good.
yeah, truly blessed. I have no, honestly, complaints about my childhood growing up in New York.
That's
I had,
wonderful.
yeah. So that's my early childhood, and then when I got to high school, went to Murray Bertram High School here in New York
Oh, my
City.
daughter graduated from there. Yeah.
It was Murray Bertram High School for business careers back then. I think they took the business
Hmm.
careers off of it. Um, and during my high school years, I actually lived with my mom, and she
Hmm.
also had a lot to do with who I am. My mom was
Hmm.
always, she was strong. She was a go-getter. She was no nonsense. She was very intelligent. I really looked up to her. She had a sense of style. I mean, she was very fashionable, which I feel like I got that part from her. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, no complaints. So
That's
my love,
good.
yeah. And the other thing is my grandmother, every Labor Day weekend, she would take my sister and I to Montreal, Canada. So that
Hmm.
also sparked, my curiosity to, travel. So
Yeah.
we weren't confined to to the blocks of the Bronx. You know what I mean? So
Right.
we
Right.
had help with expanding our mind beyond where we lived.
That's how you became so. It also triggered you after flying so much to be a flight attendant, and you do so many other things. You also do a lot of digital work. From what I remember, you were telling me you do a lot of. I don't know if it's AI, but you do a lot of graphics. Let me say graphics,
Yes,
because
I
on
do.
your page and your postings every day are beautiful, and I mean you're so good at it. And I'm like, look how she just does everything, so colorful, but so in excellence, though.
Yes, I do. I'm into digital marketing. So anybody who's over 50, because I meet a lot of older people that are, and some younger people too. Like my son, I had a conversation with him earlier. Um, and he was like, I just don't know about this AI stuff. And I said, a lot of people have reservations about it. And you can either complain about it, give pushback, but it's the way things are going. So
Exactly.
I choose to learn about it, use it as a tool to help my brand, help my businesses reach
Yeah.
people, networks of people that I don't even know. If you use it the right way, you have to be very strategic about how you use it. What you see,
Right.
mostly what I do is faceless marketing. I'm one of those people, honestly, I don't like being in front of, center stage in front of the camera.
Hmm.
I'm a more of a behind the scenes type of person.
Yeah.
So digital marketing allows me to do that. Although I do like to show people the real me. So I will go live so people can see exactly, who I am.
Yeah.
But so my brand in that is Black Girl with a Japanese name. Um,
Right.
and Miyoshi, I was telling you earlier, Miyoshi is actually my middle name. But my parents, when they first registered me in school here in New York City, uh, they registered me as Miyoshi Domacase. My first name is Nicole, but I never used Nicole throughout my
Mm.
entire childhood into my adulthood. Now, people
Hmm.
who know me way back when, or they know my Nana, they may know me as Nikki. Now, everybody can't
Oh.
call me Nikki. You have got, if you don't know me at least 30 or more years,
Yeah, you
you
can't
could not
use the
call me
Nikki.
Nikki, right? That's reserved for only certain people. So I decided, and growing up in school, when people, it was an unusual name, it was unique. So you was like, oh, how do you say it? And I was like, oh, it's okay, it's fine, because I was always used to people kind of butchering my name and messing it up, especially
Right.
throughout high school. And it's funny because I was kind of actually a little bit ashamed, of my name, because it was so unique and unusual.
Hmm.
And then as I got older, I learned to embrace the
And
uniqueness of
appreciate
it
it.
and
Oh yeah.
appreciate it, because there's not a lot there are some Miyoshis, but most people don't spell it the actual Japanese way, the way I do. And then you throw
Yeah.
in Damacase and people really don't know
Then they're like,
what to think.
okay, she went
Right.
from
So,
Japanese to, but
right.
it's a beautiful name. It's
Yeah.
really, really, really a beautiful name.
But yeah.
Before we go further, let me greet the folks. I'm going to greet some folks in the chat. And I have the best, in case you didn't know, I have to introduce you to the best moderator in these YouTube streets, right? Her name is Inenia. And she is saying hello to me, and she's greeting you as well, right?
Hello. Hello.
Yeah,
Thank you
and
for joining
she's giving
us.
some hand claps. She is my day one. She's been here forever and a day. She's never
Nice.
missed the show in 3 years. When it was just one person, I'm near a hospital, guys, so forgive the
That's
siren.
New York.
Yeah, I'm in near a hospital. And so she has put up your information, which we're getting ready to talk about in a moment, about the book, and I love it because you say it's a spinoff from what you've been exposed to and things that you learned about and your different cultures that you've seen. Because I know, being a flight attendant, you get to go to so many different places, meeting people all the time. What an interesting life that you have. And so during the time that you was in high school, you graduated high school. By the way, my daughter did go to Murray Bertram, and they did take that business part off, but it was still a business school. She was a double
Oh,
major,
is
and
it?
she's a boss in California. She did great. They taught her well, and so she also was on the basketball team, right?
Nice.
So they never, that school always kept its integrity. I don't know what's going on right now, but when my daughter graduated, it was a blessing. And so I know when you said Murray Bertram, I said that was a great school, great school for business. And so here we are tonight, and I just wanted to share you with the people, because you've been so excited about your book. You've been really, really promoting your book. You've been putting it out there. You've been pressing your brand and this book out, and people are buying your book. And like I said, it's such a beautiful book. I don't know if you sent me, if you have a copy near you, that
I
would be
do.
great, because you didn't,
I
I
do.
don't know if you sent me, you did a while ago, some of the covers for it, whatever, and I didn't upload it. Forgive me for that.
Oh, it's
But
fine.
hold one of your books up if you can.
It's the book.
Yeah, put it closer to your camera. Pull it closer. There you go. There. That is her book. I think it's such a beautiful, beautiful cover.
Thank you. But
Beautiful cover.
yeah,
So let's talk a little bit now. When you came out of high school, then you just started working. How long have you been a flight attendant, though?
I've actually been a flight attendant for 5 years. I
Okay.
used to work. Right now, I'm with one of the big three airlines.
Yes.
Prior to that, I was with Spirit Airlines. I
Oh,
used
that
I
was
used to live.
interesting.
Yeah, I used to live in Vegas. I was based in Vegas.
Oh, okay. That
Yeah, yeah.
explains it.
Yeah. But like you said, I do a lot. Like, so flight attendant, author. I'm also a licensed real estate agent. I'm licensed here in New York, and I'm also licensed in Georgia as well.
Right.
Yes, and
Right.
I'm studying for my insurance license. So I'm
Awesome.
a. I always tell people I'm a multiple streams of income type of girl. I like to have it coming in, from any which way that I can. Yeah.
Yeah, well, here's some applause for that.
Yeah.
That deserves a round. Matter of fact, it deserves a drum roll.
Thank you. And health and wellness too. I forgot about that. It's like I do
You,
so much. Yeah.
you do so
Yeah.
much, which is awesome. So tell me what sparked you to become a writer. Is this your first book?
Actually, it's my first published book. Yes, it is.
Okay.
But as you read in my bio, which was lovely, by the way, thank you so much. Um, I used to years ago. I used to write a lot. You know, in when I was in school, junior high school, elementary school, and my teachers would always submit my work, my stories, my poems, and they would enter me in different. Um, competitions around New York City. Some of them I won. So I always had a love of writing. And my mom had married someone, and my sister and I had, that was when we were younger. A few times we lived with her short periods of time throughout my life. So we moved with her and her husband, which he's still my dad today. We moved to Brooklyn, Brownstone in Brooklyn, close to downtown Brooklyn,
Mm-hmm.
and he was very good at building stuff. So our room, he built these beautiful loft beds, right? And they had desks on them and everything. So what I would do, and they were two other families that lived there with us. Each one of them had a son. So what I would do is I would write stories and plays, and we would have
Oh,
all of the parents come to my sister and I's room, and we would make these puppets. I would read, the plays, and they would act them out with the different puppets.
okay.
Yeah, so it
That's
started years
great.
ago when I was young. I just loved writing, loved English, loved writing stories. It was just loved writing poems. And you know how you start something and you're really passionate about something when you're younger,
Right.
and then you get older, life happens, and you kind of go
Yes.
away from the things that really bring you joy to do the things
Yes.
that you have to do to, take care of your life needs. So that's pretty much what happened to me. And it wasn't until actually years later I had moved to Atlanta. I moved to Atlanta in 1996. I left New York. I had two children at the time,
Mhm.
and moved to Atlanta. And I was there for a number of years. And I got married. So my husband and I, we were in a lot of different direct sales companies. So there was a couple that I knew. The husband decided that he was going to write. He wanted to put together a magazine. They loved cowboys and horses and stuff like that. So he
Mhm.
put together.
Uh-oh. I lost you. Did you hit the mute button? Did you hit the mute button? Oh my goodness, she can't even hear me. No. No. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Uh-oh. I think she's frozen. Let me text her. Can you hear me, Miyoshi? I think something happened with her phone because she totally just dropped off. She is totally frozen, guys. I don't know if I should drop her down for her to come back in. She's not looking at her phone. I'm just going to call her. All right. She'll come back in. Anyway, this is a great conversation. Those of you, happy Women's Month to all of the women that are watching. And I hope that you've had a wonderful time during this month. One second. Hello. She is going to try to come back in. So let's give her a minute. But anyway, let's see who's in the chat. I can greet some people who is in the chat. I see that Von Eric is in the chat. Hello, my brother. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. It's been a minute, but it's so good to see you. Let's see who else is here. Oh, and Nay says that maybe something that I don't know, show on the screen or text her. Yeah, she just called because she wasn't hearing anything. Um, okay, so let's see. Von Eric, I said hello to. Let's see, she's back. So let's see if this is better. Hopefully we'll be able to hear her. Okay, let's see. Can we hear you? Are you muted? Can you hear me? No, I think something is wrong. I think something is wrong. No, no. Okay, in this case, what we should do, because she is really stuck, I'm going to put up her information here that, and they kindly put it up for those of you that are watching that do not have her book. And I'm saying hello to my daughter, Pastor Taisha, who's in the house. And they just bought your book, and they bought her book. And they is always such an incredible supporter. Thank you, Ene. Yeah, she doesn't know what happened to her phone. She said it was a little rocky when we started. So I don't know, when things like this happen, I make the decision to either keep going or to just reschedule her. I had told her earlier to try to go on her computer, but it lasted for a while and we got a lot out of her, but we didn't get a chance to talk about the book, what possessed her to really push forward to get this book out, not just sitting in a computer. And I wanted her to explain that and to share with the audience what prompted her to really stick with this assignment and complete it. So I know that it's disappointing, and I know she's probably disappointed, but it's out of my control because it's actually happening in her space, not mine. And so I don't know what to do. Let's see if she is back. No, she's not back. We'll try one more time. Maybe she'll try to come back one more time. If not, then we'll just reschedule her and we'll bring her back. It'll be a Miyoshi part 2 for her to talk about the book and to read some of the pages in the book and to share, because I think writing a children's book is absolutely awesome. It's incredible. I think all children should have a library in their room. I know my grandson has so many books and he gets a book read to him every night since he was baby. And I think it's awesome because it creates a spirit of education at that young age, and it causes children to have to, because sometimes children say, I don't like to read. But when you infuse it and invite children at a young age to have books, by you spending time and reading books and having fun reading the books, it really, really causes children to want to really be lifetime readers. And so I encourage so many parents that just create a library. A lot of times when I go to babies' events or baby showers or things like that, I'm always bringing something educational. I'm always bringing a book or books or something, a toy, but it's an educational toy because it helps to develop children. It helps to develop their growth. It helps to give them the insight about get ready for school. So that's why I really wanted to be. She hasn't texted me. She hasn't texted me. So, I just wanted to, just add that piece why I had her come on and salute her. I mean, the coloring and everything in the book is so beautiful. And I don't know. Oh, so I got my, well, let's see if that could happen. Let's see if that could happen. I am trying to get her back. I'm gonna call her again. I was just trying to talk until to give her time to get back on. So let's see if she'll pick up the phone. Okay, she's trying to come back. Let's see. I see you trying to come back on. Yeah, let's see. I see you're back. Hold on. I'm here. Can you hear me? So I've added her to the stage and she's still having a problem. As you could, oh, there she is.
Can you hear
Okay,
me now?
you're back. You're back. I was just getting ready to kind of
Hello?
say out. Can you hear
I
me?
can't hear you now.
Oh, wow. That's not good. That's not good. So I tell you what, can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
Okay, hold on. Look at your phone.
Hello?
Look at your phone.
So this is my book, Miyoshi's Adventure in Tokyo Technology, right? I decided to write the book. The main reason why I decided to write the book was because I wanted more children that looked like my granddaughter. I have a granddaughter, Brooklyn. She's 4 years old. Um, I wanted to promote more children of color and families to travel more. As you know, she said, as Sheila said, I'm a flight attendant. So I fly with a lot of different types of cultures. And I don't normally see a lot of us on our flight. I'll give you an example. One day I was flying to London, and this little boy of a different culture came up and he wanted to know how much longer the flight was going to be. He asked one of the other flight attendants that was up there with me. And so the flight attendant told me, and this little boy, he had to be maybe 7 years old, started telling us the different time zones and time differences between different countries that his parents took him to. And that blew me away. It really blew me away. This is actually the first of a three-part series, and it's based on my actual travels to Japan. I went to visit a friend that was living over there, and we were talking on the phone. She was in the Air Force. I called her and I was like, "What part of the world are you in?" So she says, "I'm living in Japan." And I says, "Oh, wow. I've always wanted to visit Japan." So she says, "Hey, come visit me." And I was like, "Okay." Booked a flight, flew over there. I loved the culture. I loved everything about it. I spent about 10 days over there. So I decided to start writing books based on my actual travels, but I wanted to put it in a children's book form. So the first one is actually based in Tokyo. I went all over Tokyo. She actually lived in Okinawa. So I was in Okinawa, I was in Tokyo, I was in Nara, Naha, all over. But it was just too much to put in the first book, so I decided to break it up. So the first one is in Tokyo. The second one will be in Kyoto, and then the third and final book will actually be about the time that I spent in Okinawa. And after the Japanese series, I'll do another book on somewhere else that I've actually visited. So this is the book I created the character Miyoshi, and Miyoshi, of course, is based on my name. I had to hire a graphic designer to actually do the the actual illustrations for the book. and I'll read the first page to you.
Yes,
And of course,
read.
it is dedicated to my granddaughter. I have to wear my glasses. 56 eyes are not good. It says, to my granddaughter Brooklyn, this book is dedicated to you. May your life be filled with travels across the world, just as mine has been. I hope you discover new places, allow yourself to get wonderfully lost in them, and always find something beautiful in each experience. Always embrace new adventures, see the world through the unique lens of other cultures, and forever expand your mind to the boundless possibilities and profound beauty of this world holds. Love always, she calls me Mimi. So I'll
Oh,
read the first page. This is the first page of the book.
yes, read it for
Miyoshi
us.
bounced with excitement. Tomorrow, she and her mom and dad were flying to Japan. This would be her first time on an airplane and traveling to another country. Her bag was packed and she was ready to go. I actually wanted to take children through each step of getting ready for a trip, the excitement of,
Right,
getting on their first plane, the things that they see, the things that they smell, get into detail about that, how they felt, being on an airplane for the very first
right,
time and then getting there and seeing everything. And of course, there's always a time difference. So, even though you're excited and you want to go right out, you're tired. So taking children through every step of Miyoshi's journey. I decided to take it even further because I wanted to do something that was more than just a regular storybook. I actually wanted it
mm-hmm.
to be, a whole kind of like program for like different organizations, libraries, schools, and things
Yes.
of that nature. So I also decided to create a journal that goes along with it. The great thing about this
Oh,
journal is that it's generic on the inside. So like this is a page where it says my journey begins. How am I getting there? So, when you
oh,
get there, maybe you might be like Japan, you have to fly there. So they'll circle, the airplane. Draw what you see, what you see out the windows. Like there's one of the pages what she sees when she's looking out the airplane window, the fluffy white clouds, everything that they experience along their journey. The great thing about this journal is although this one has the Japanese theme on it. It's
mm-hmm.
generic on the inside. So when I write new children's books about other different places, all I have to do is
Oh,
just
yes,
change the
yes.
color to go along with whatever the book is. Um, I have two packages, so people can buy the individual storybook, or they can buy what I call
Mm-hmm.
the adventure pack. So the adventure pack has the
Mm-hmm.
storybook, the journal. I also include I have this little pouch. It has like it has five color pencils in it, and I have this little fake passport for them, to put passport stamps in. This little card, I wanted to include not really a business card. It does have the QR code on the back, but I wanted to put like a little travel quote on each of the cards. So this one says, "The world is big and it's yours to explore." And everybody that buys a book from me, I like to personalize everything. That's just my thing. I send them a handwritten thank you card, and everybody that buys my book, this is what they get. But I tell people, the biggest
read,
reward for
read the
me since
screen.
I've written this book is I have a friend, and he bought the adventure pack. He sent me a text. He says, "Hey Miyoshi," because he doesn't have any young kids. He says, "Miyoshi," he says, "I gave a friend, a coworker, your book." The coworker came to him and she says, "Oh my goodness, thank you so much." She says, "My daughter loved the book." She says, "Now my daughter keeps begging me to take her on an airplane. She wants to visit Japan." Now I can't tell you, that made me feel so good, because that's why in everything that I do, that's why I do it. To hear stories
Yes.
like that, or for somebody to tell me how, I helped them in some small way. But yeah, so
You
that's it.
see,
Let me see comments, right?
uh-huh.
I don't know if you can see me, but I'm reading the comments. Oh, not showing up, and I got it.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Ikenya. I hope I didn't mess up your name. I hope I didn't mess up your name. Thank you so much. I'm trying to read the comments, guys. I can't really see my glass. I got bad eyes. At 56, I know we had some technical difficulties, but for everybody who tuned in and everybody who watches the replay, I thank you so much. Sheila, of course, I thank you for having me. Please like, share, comment, you know, give her those likes that she needs so she can take her podcast, over the top. The things that she's doing with her podcast, featuring different people, especially different women, powerful women this month, is just a wonderful thing. Of course, you want to support her. Like, share, comment. If you want to get the book, you can get it at www. Let me see. Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
Okay.
But I hope you guys can hear me.
Yes.
Technology, what can you do? You got to keep rolling with it, right?
Yes.
But you can get the book at Black Girl with a Japanese Name.bigcartel.com. That's my website, and I'm all over social media. You can find me, like she said, Black Girl with a Japanese Name. That is my brand. And we can talk anything else you want to know about me. Please just, let me know. I like being transparent. I like being real. I like being authentic. Yes, I do.
Okay. All right, wonderful people. I'm sure, I don't know at this point if you guys can still hear me out there. If you can hear me, and put a 1 in the chat, please. Put a 1 in the chat for me, and listen, I want to thank all of you for being here. I got my sister Jeanette right here. We're just happy that we were able to get through half of the show, and I'll bring her back. She said, and says that yes, she can hear me, which is great, All right. So listen, we figured it out. We powered through. Even and they wrote a nice little message. She's such an encourager. And says, I thank both of you for not giving up on making sure we learned more about Miyoshi and the book. Yes, we had to. And they will never let me quit. She will send texts and tell me, keep going, or it's okay. And you always need somebody like that in your corner. But all of you that are here, all of you up in the bleachers, all of you who are sitting, maybe you bought an expensive ticket and you're in a box seat. I don't know. Maybe you just want to be by yourself and you're in the balcony. Wherever you are, thank you so much for being here. Hit that like button, and also hype. We want you to hype the show once we end, and leave a comment after the show and hype the video. All right. Some of you are like, what is hype? You'll know if you just go there and look. And Nay is laughing. She is laughing. All right. So listen, she is here. We are here. Von Eric was here, and my daughter Taisha here. Jeanette is here. I don't know who's up in the boonies, but you are there, and we are grateful that you are here. We're going to bring her back. We are going to be going on this trip with Miyoshi. Yes, we are. This is our first time at the gate. We got the bag. We're going to stay with her through this whole travel. I think it's awesome. She has the bundle. She has the journal. She has the little pouch with the pencils, and what a creative thing. Beautiful. So we're going to have her back. I promise you. And we're going to stay on this journey with Miyoshi. All right. We're going to go to Japan and continue to learn some words, because I'm sure she'll teach us some Japanese words. And those of you who are into writing children's books, be encouraged. Go ahead and put the pen to the paper and go ahead and get those books out. It's so natural to have a vision to write. You don't have to be a scholar. Just if you get the vision, just write. So listen, I'm going to say goodnight to all of you. I'm thanking you so much for being here. This was a special show. Usually I have the problem with the computer, but tonight I was pretty stable, pretty good. I made some calls with some people and asked my big brother, little brother, Pastor Hale, what in the world is going on with my system? And he explained some things to me, which was a blessing and a help. So listen, stay well. Remember, when nothing changes. We're going to tip on out of here. And thank you again for being here, everyone. What's today? Today is Tuesday. Tomorrow, We have Pastor Rosa. She didn't go on this morning, so she'll be on tomorrow at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. on the Sheila Ingram Ministry Network across the YouTube street. And then what do we have? Then Thursday we have Dawn B on Bravo with Sheila, and then Elder Dawn B. She'll be here on Friday on the Bravo with Sheila the Sheila Ingram Ministry Network. So listen, it's been a good time being here with you. I'm so happy. I'm happy, happy. Mwah. I love you. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I really do. I appreciate you. And stay right there, Miyoshi. I am coming for you. I am coming for you. I'm coming for you.